Tuesday morning, and it's the day of the night of the longest day of the year. It's the 20th today, Tuesday the 20th, and I thought I'd do some work for a change. I'd improve Trevor Wilson's Wonderful Beast, if that's possible. I've gold plated it. So now it's a very flash beast. It's 22 carat gold plate. It makes it quite flash, I think. But anyway, more to the point, in doing all the work on it, I blunted, of course, the edge. So I thought, let's try and refresh the edge. So, just to give you an idea, here's what I did. This is a paddle strop with TI paste on. I put quite a lot of TI paste on it because I didn't really want to take the edge to the stones. I'm a little bit nervous about taking a luxury razor, a new-ish luxury razor, about 3 years old. Of course, the wonderful Sergio Bandafrito from California. He designed it, he owned it, he commissioned it, but the wonderful Trevor Wilson of Wolf Blades actually made it. He applied the magic. All I'm doing is tweaking it. But, just to give you an example, that was the, quite a few laps. I mean, I won't even dare tell you how many laps on the TI paste to bring back an edge because I was scared to put it on the stones. I then continued with a nice canvas green chrome oxide paste, and then finally I thought, for a change, instead of using the Kaneyama, which I normally do, I would actually use the Illinois, which is the Illinois Chicago razor strop, because the canvas side is absolutely mint, even though this is an old strop. It's never been used. But I thought, in using this rather magnificent strop, it would just give the added edge to the razor, which it did. This is not my normal Kaneyama, which is a horse hide. This is, of course, a cow hide. This is best bully beef. But I would say an extremely good strop. Its draw, I'm not that expert. Its draw seems perfectly good to me. But I would go on to say, if you don't mind me being pedantic, it's very important to experiment with these wonderful steels. Of course, the steel on all of Trevor's is very high tech. It's the wonderful RWL 34, which is of course a stainless steel, used by others as well, I know. But the critical point with it is you've got to get the temper right, which I'm told you have to use nitrogen quenching. So yes, I don't think I shall bother with that. Anyway, let's just try and put a bit of a lather on. I'll do a very quick test shave with this now refreshed, wonderful razor. It's one of my favourites for the simple reason I'm not being going against the grain. I'm not being a dilettante, but it does feel great. How such a, to a lot of people, bizarre designs should feel so good. But it does. It honestly does. So I'm rushing a bit today. I'm going straight in with the old Cellar Red. I'm not going to put a pre-shave on. I'm not going to do the very, very sensible wipe around with the soap as a pre-shave, which of course Jacques does, and I normally would, but I haven't got the time. So let's race ahead. This is only a test, probably a bit of an unfair test, because as I say, I've only just completed the work on the edge. But the hanging hair tests perfectly, and as you know, that's my golden rule. If a razor edge won't cut a hanging hair in both directions, I won't shave with it. Anyway, here we are with the beast. I do love my beast. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's definitely got the edge back now. Yeah, it's a good beast. This goes to show the little love and care. A dragon like this gives you a beautiful smooth shave. I'd put this against any other razor in the world. I think one of the secrets which Trevor uses is, although it's a hollow ground blade, let me wipe the stuff off. Ugh. Ugh. It's quite a lot of stuff actually. Although, yes, it's a hollow ground blade, a deeply hollow ground blade, it's actually quite stiff. It's not like a Philharmonica where it's incredibly flexible, and I do love my Phillies. No, this is, I don't know if you'd call this a design advantage, but it's actually quite useful to have a little bit more stiffness sometimes, as the actress said to the bishop. Anyway, sexist remarks apart, let's try on the other side of my mush. So this is the very first time on a refreshed edge. Yeah, it's nice. One of the stranger things with this RWL34 steel is, even if it's not blisteringly sharp, which this one is, it has a huge advantage. And that is, it leaves your face very smooth. There is something about the magic of this normally quite recalcitrant steel. I'm not a great lover of stainless. I have to admit, I made a huge error the other day in my very first video with Trevor's Sci-Fi. And that was, of course I'm an idiot, I've met Trevor Wilson, his lovely wife and good friend, Carol, and it was a horrible hot day in Red Hill. We didn't have long to chat, and worse, I didn't have long to play with his razors, which was a bummer. Anyway, I promised that on the return to here in Littlehampton, I would do a shave, which I did. Unfortunately, because I was very tired and very hot, I laid out all my stuff, but I forgot to strop. So there I was with a beautiful brand new razor, trying to shave, hadn't been stropped. I hadn't hanging hair tested it. And in all honesty, it was a pretty bad shave. But here's the strange thing, and it is a strange thing. Afterwards, no irritation at all on my face, absolutely none. So I'd say, obviously the Cella Lala is very, very kind. Isn't that cut? Isn't that brilliant? Oh, I do like this. The other thing I've found is that I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to smiling blades. And these smiling blades, on a hard surface, you'd have to be very, very careful. I'm pretty average to good on putting straight edges onto the stones. But when it comes to hard, flat paddle strops and and a razor like this with a big smile on it, I'm not the most adept, so bear with me on this one. But I would say as a counter blast. I know it tends to convex the edge, which is dangerous, but I would honestly say that a hanging strop coated, with the old chromium oxide, is very, very good. I brought the edge back on this one purely by lots of effort and using TI paste. But, here's the big but, the stropping's more important. It really, really is. So I went overboard. Yeah, that's good. Blimey, that is good. So yeah, I went overboard. I put lots of laps on. And the TI is quite kind, but it's a bit slow working if you're trying to restore an edge, in my opinion. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Chippity chop. Yeah. Why anybody would use anything else other than a straight razor is quite beyond me. I mean, the fun you have with these things is incredible. You learn slowly, it's true. And sometimes, when I was learning, you want to give up. But the benefits, the joy of trimming. You can find a little area with just a single hair, and you can concentrate on it and get it gone. Which of course, I don't think you could with a safety razor. And that's for those ghastly expensive multi-blade contraptions that they try and sell on the TV to us at huge expense. Yeah, they'll get you a smooth shave. No skill whatsoever in using one. And the worst part is, they're not particularly good for you. God knows the amount of chemicals in the strange layers. The worst part is, of course, you take too many layers off your skin. These don't. However, I'm probably preaching to the converted. You wouldn't be looking at this if you weren't interested in straight razors. This is a straight razor channel. Anyway, I'm not going to go completely mad. I'm not going to waste too much time. I just thought I'd show you guys the beauty of this wonderful beast. She's now a golden beast. It's a golden dragon, in fact. Anyway, I'm not going to go for a multi-pass BBS. I'll save that for another day. But this has been very, very good. You hardly need to bother stretching the skin when you've got a good edge. The reason I don't is I'm lazy. Also, I think if the edge is good enough, why do you want to stretch your skin? It just cuts all the stubble away perfectly. I'm sure there are exceptions to this. This is a subjective channel, not an objective channel. Oh, look at that. I did that the other day. The little tiny, is that a little tiny weeper? Might be. If it is, it's the first I've done in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It's a very small price to pay, having the occasional weeper. No, it's a little tiny spot. A little tiny spot right in the cleft of my mush. Which of course, being a spot, doesn't really appreciate having a razor sharp edge dragged across it. Tough luck spot. Anyway, I'm not going to witter on much longer. This is nearly a Midsummer Night's, well, Midsummer Day's shave. And it's been quite successful, actually. Don't do what I do. Try and find your own devious ways around things. But I'm very happy with this shave. No two ways about it. Any angle you like. This holds, out of all the razors that I've got, although most people wouldn't believe me, but this actually holds beautifully. Stropping it is a little bit more of a challenge because obviously it's a strange shape, but no, even stropping it is wonderful. Just making sure I get every last bit. The last time I had a shave, I neglected to get under the chin properly. Yep, that's good. Very, very good. Yep, BBS, Baby Bum Smooth. Anyway, chaps, have a wonderful time, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Wonderful Mr. Wolfson, our Trevor Wolf-Blades. He's now back in Johannesburg, beavering away, making wonderful new stuff for us all. So, I would strongly suggest that you look up the possibility, if you're very lucky, of obtaining one of Mr. Wolfson's razors, as I've got several now. I'm very proud of that. Anyway, chaps, that's all for now. Boing. And if you like it, subscribe, give us a tick, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.